After two healthcare workers experienced allergic reactions to COVID-19 vaccines administered in the United Kingdom, many Americans asked what this means for them.
And we've got a little bit of snow this morning on the roads, but even more in the forecast. I'll let you know when our next round arrives.
Her hair looks swell.
I ought to say no, 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 sir.
I'm moving closer.
This morning, an
At
iconic
least I'm
duo
gonna
is
say
spreading
that I
Christmas
tried.
cheer by singing loud for all to
Really
hear.
can't say.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, the Seattle Seahawks are back to their winning ways. They defeated the New York Giants with a devastating score of 40-3. Boy, it wasn't even close. Hawks QB Russell Wilson threw for 4 more touchdown passes to give him a new career high with 36 for the season before finally resting in the fourth quarter. Now, okay, so here's the thing. The Jets, they're the worst team in the NFL. And I heard Karthik Venkatraman talking last week about how, we need to be a little cautious, right, Jeremy? A little cautious beating a team like that.
Yeah, I trust my guy Karthik, definitely. No doubt about that. Here's my question, though. As someone who doesn't know much about football, if Russell Wilson is having an all-time season of throwing the ball and somebody else is catching it, how are they not great?
Could be the defense. It could just be a few slip-ups. It could be his interception ratio went up a little bit over the last few weeks. But, hey, this week they play the Washington football team, 4-game win streak, so we'll get a real true test to see if the Hawks have rebounded fully.
Dana Marie, let's hear what you have to say about this.
I'm just listening to both of you, nodding my head and smiling over here. You got it.
Oh.
Go Hawks.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Go Hawks indeed. Well, hey, we did get some overnight snow that's going to make your morning commute a little bit of a slick one today. If you haven't looked outside yet, here is your live look from our KREM 2 storm tracker. Jeremy, it was a slippery commute for both of us on our way in today, but what's it going to look like for the rest of the morning?
No doubt about it. It is going to move along just like that on some of those main roads where you're seeing things moving along quite quickly, quite fine. But if you find yourself on some of those side roads, even a few of those arterials, they are looking a bit slick early on this morning. Check it out. Riverfront looking a bit snowy early on and a bit slick. It is a bit slick out there. No doubt about it, with temperatures below freezing, following some snow, some melting. It's exactly what you don't want on a Monday morning. Allow extra time. Can't emphasize that enough. Even though a lot of the main roads and some of the interstate is starting to melt and starting to move along fine, you still got to do it. It always takes a toll on a Monday morning when we wake up to some fresh snow. That snow winding down. You saw a couple of flakes there, but don't expect any additional accumulation, especially not in lower elevations. Up in some of those higher elevations, you'll expect a bit more. The roads will still have the snow, so if you're heading up and over any mountain pass today, be ready for a snowy go. That's just the way it's going to be. We'll see our next round of snow start working its way in tomorrow, just after the morning commute. I really think that this one waits until right when you're at work tomorrow. Then the snow moves in. By the afternoon, temperatures warm enough that most of that melts. In fact, today is our coldest day of the week by a long shot, and we're still above freezing. 34 degrees puts us about 3 degrees-ish above where we should be this time of year. And Joshua, by this weekend, how does 12 degrees above normal sound?
Wow. Okay, I'll take it. I'm sure a lot of people will join me in taking it as well.
Yeah.
We'll see your full forecast here coming up in just a bit. Today, Spokane City Council is considering an emergency order regarding adding fluoride to city water. City Council approved a grant to begin the process earlier this year, and adding fluoride to the water could be implemented by 2024. Meanwhile, Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward sent a letter to City Council President Breanne Beggs earlier this month, urging City Council to allow residents to vote on this matter. City Council is expected to talk about that resolution again today. We will keep you updated right here on Up with KREM.
And here are 3 things that you need to know this morning about the COVID-19 vaccine. First, Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine was shipped to cities across the United States. Today, health officials in Washington state expect to get the first shipment of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. Now, the state should be receiving 62,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine by this Tuesday. Idaho is also on track to receive at least 13,000 doses of the coronavirus vaccine. The shipment is set to arrive this coming week. Healthcare providers in Spokane will receive 3,900 doses of the vaccine. However, that still won't be enough to cover all at-risk healthcare workers and long-term care residents. That's according to the Department of Health. In total, Washington will receive 220,000 doses of the vaccine by the end of November. And here in Washington, Eastern Washington to be exact, WSU will help the vaccine distribution efforts. Pfizer's vaccine needs to be stored at extremely low temperatures. During a town hall, officials said they have plenty of ultra cold freezer capacity to help store those vaccines.
There's news that 2 healthcare workers in the United Kingdom had allergic reactions to the COVID vaccine. And when that surfaced last week, it turned into hundreds of headlines and social media posts about what it could mean for all of us. The Verify team breaks down the known facts about the situation and what they mean for you.
Did 2 healthcare workers in the UK have allergic reactions to the COVID vaccine? And should you be concerned? There are hundreds of articles, headlines, and social media posts about this, so let's break down the known facts and what they mean for you. Our main source is the National Health Service in the UK and Dr. Shmuel Shoham, an associate professor at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. First, what actually happened? Well, according to Stephen Powis, the National Medical Director for the NHS in the UK, quote, 2 people with a history of significant allergic reactions responded adversely. He adds that both are recovering well. So that happened Tuesday, which led the NHS to publish this advisory for vaccinations in the UK. It says, quote, you should not have the vaccine if you've ever had a serious allergic reaction to medicines, vaccines, or food. So what does this mean for you? Well, Dr. Shoham told us a small number of allergic reactions is normal and that you have to make an individual choice about the vaccine based on your own health.
I think that you have to balance the risk of getting coronavirus. I look at myself, I'm a few pounds overweight. I have to work, so I see I'm not hunkering down in my home. If I'm to get coronavirus, bad things can happen. I'd love a vaccine, and I'm willing to take the risk of an allergic reaction to it. On the other hand, you might have somebody who might make a different calculation for their body.
Keep in mind, at this point, the UK has administered thousands of COVID vaccines, and so far, we've only seen a few reported cases of allergic reactions. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.
Coming up this morning, Marvel fans can expect a new Black Panther film in 2022. This morning, we'll tell you how the film plans to work around the passing of its iconic star, Chadwick Boseman.
And we're waking up to snow on the ground this morning. Allow some extra time for your commute. And tomorrow's snow, well, we're going to break down how that impacts tomorrow's commute coming up after the break.